Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phi and this is Money Philosophy. Thank you for coming back for a Tesla analysis. Today we will go over some of the impression for the FSD Beta 9 just released over the weekend, as well as chart analysis. And I'd love to hear your feedback below, especially if you got to try the FSD Beta 9. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I am a growth stock investor as well as a trader, and I'd love to share with you my investing and trading journeys. I'm particularly interested in Teslas, so that is my biggest investment as well as a stock I regularly trade. Thank you very much for taking the time today, and let's get right into it. So we know that Tesla released full self-driving beta version 9 over the weekend, and Electric here has a really good report on this. I will put the link down below for you guys if you are interested. Obviously, full self-driving is not the same as completely driverless. It is much better than autopilot though, but Tesla did mention that full self-driving is an early limited beta, access beta, and must be used with additional caution. It may do the wrong thing at the worst time, so you must always keep your hands on the wheel and pay extra attention on the road. Do not become complacent. Obviously, regulatory agencies are still not warmed up to the idea. So I'm very curious to see regulatory agencies ultimately react and adopt to this type of full self-driving. Right now, it's a very new concept. 99% of the population out there will probably tell you that they're not comfortable using FSD. I think there's value proposition in it, but it has to be tested first, and this is the way for Elon Musk and Tesla to collect data. So needless to say, this is a huge catalyst for Tesla. So I do think FSD represent a huge value proposition to society. It is definitely a game changer because in the future with families, there will be a lot of time spent in the car. Mothers can pay attention to their children in the car instead of always mindful to the road. And business people, for example, business transactions can happen. People will be able to save a lot of time with FSD. And I think once robotaxis rolled out, the cost of ownership is a lot higher in owning a car than traveling with a robotaxi. The cost per mile in a robotaxi will be substantially lower than both cost of ownership in the car and a cost of a regular human-driven taxi today. So it is definitely a game changer for society. It adds a lot of value. It gives us a lot of time back during the day, and I think for that reason it will become very popular. And because Tesla has been collecting a lot of data, by the time that the real version is rolled out, it is definitely mind-boggling, and it is very difficult for the rest of the industry to catch up. I am going to play a clip from Brandon Nee 916 regarding his first impressions of the Tesla FSD beta version 9. I do think that it is pretty incredible. So we can see that the vision is pretty clear here. The car comes to a full stop itself in light of a red light. The red light show up here. And based on the vision of the camera up top, the car's on the side moving up and the car can instantly detect it. So this is very interesting. Let's see what else it could do. Here's the green light. Here's the intersection with all the cars mapped out pretty well. It visually can recognize that a green light means a go, and so it drives. So it is as intelligent as a human. Obviously, it's a beta version, so there are a lot of room for improvement, but I do see the vision pretty fantastic. I'm not a Tesla car owner yet. I'm looking to buy one, hopefully by the end of the year, because I do believe strongly in the FSD package that is offered right now. So it just made a curve turn on the street pretty cleverly, which autopilot can handle easily. I don't think that's a problem, but I think it's very interesting to see how it maps out where to go. Looks like he's about to make a turn. So it seems like his hands still have to be on the steering wheel as he engaged FSD beta, which is interesting. And it does seem Okay, let's see how it makes another turn up here. I'll put the link down to his video below. You guys can see it for yourself. I think it's pretty incredible what Tesla FSD could do. And the vision is definitely very phenomenal based on what I can see here. So steer the car to the turning lane and then make a right turn without him touching the wheel. That's pretty phenomenal. So you guys get the gist. I think it is a huge catalyst, and I do think that Tesla stock will go up from here once the beta version stabilizes and rolls out. Right now, it is still with limited population and drivers. Once it rolls out to the public, there will be major impact, and forget it if it rolls out in a robo-taxi capacity. I think society will be changed forever. Looking at the daily chart, looks like Tesla bounced really hard last Thursday once it reached below the 200 days SMA and 50 days SMA, where the two lines, the white lines and the red lines, collide right here. Tesla bounced really hard and formed a bullish reversal pattern, and it has been continuing up. However, I'd like to see Tesla to stay above 704, which is this line right here that signifies previous resistance, in order for me to feel confident that Tesla has resumed bullish. Above 746 is really good news, and above 768, I think we are fairly safe. Above 768, I would say that chances are Tesla will make it back above $900 within a short amount of time. I know the road from here until 768 is still very bumpy. That is almost $80 from here, so it is not that easy. But we also know that Tesla has a lot of catalysts waiting. I believe that Tesla has an AI day, artificial intelligence day, coming up around earnings time, and earnings, which is definitely a milestone for Tesla. If you recall from my previous analysis, given the fact that Tesla has delivered exceeding over 120% quarter over quarter, I do think that the revenue attributable to automobile is going to be very ginormous this quarter, together with that profit margin. So I do think that Tesla has begun to create value for shareholders, even though it is still in expansion mode. Looking at the hourly chart here, we can see that Tesla has been forming a inverse head and shoulder pattern where it is starting to fire off with a resistance at 689. So it is an important resistance. Remember, 672, which is this green line here, and 689 is the previous hourly consolidation. It is also an area of selling pressure. As soon as it hits 689, it tends to retrace back. So let's see what it does tomorrow. The RSI seems to be at its max today, which is also very interesting. It does seem like it runs out of steam a little bit for the day, but I do think that the buyers will come in once they see the results of the FSD. So right now, my pivot line for tomorrow are 704 at the top range, 678 in the middle range, and 669 at the bottom range. So what I would like to see Tesla do is that it would retrace back to about 678 in the morning and then spike back up above 689 and touch 704. I'd like to see Tesla does that and end the day around 704 in order for me to feel confident that the bullishness has resumed and is here to stay. On the downside, if for some reason Tesla hits 704 really early in the morning, chances are it would retrace back down to 689. Now, if Tesla opens up with a gap up, I also venture to say that Tesla would close the gap first before deciding to move further. Tesla does have the bottom pivot point of 672, which is about $13 from the closing day today. So it can get there before moving further. After all, the pattern will take a while to materialize, and if Tesla moves between 672 and 689, it is still in consolidation zone. Only a breakout above 689 with volume would mean that Tesla break out from the inverse head and shoulder pattern. So let's see what it does tomorrow. So I hope you find the information helpful. I hope you can see the vision of FSD and how that would transform society as a whole, and how Tesla as a stock and as an investment could get us to in the future. I do think there's a lot of potential in the stock, and if you hold on to the stock for 10 years, I don't think that there's anything to regret about it, because Tesla is revolutionizing both the automobile industry but also the technology inherent within the cars. So all are good news for us. If you are traders, definitely follow the technical analysis. Feel free to give me feedback. I know there are a lot of different ways to interpret charts, and I've seen your feedback to the contrary in the last few days. I'm not offended by it. I think in order to be a good trader, I have to be open to various interpretations. At the end of the day, I make my decisions when I hit a execution button for the trade, but I definitely want to listen to both sides of the story. And I hope that you use my video also as a way to exchange thought and to foster some kind of discussion so that we can all learn from each other. Thank you very much, and until the next video, bye.